Hello and welcome to Midnight Scribe's Creative Vibes, where we speak to the best of the bronies and discover what makes them tick. It's been excellent fun recording this series, the guests have been fantastic, the ratings are strong. Here at Creative Vibes we're all about celebrating the community, giving new starts a hand up and generally just having a good time. Our guest tonight certainly fills the criteria. He's a new artist on the scene who needs a nice big jolly welcome. I'd like to welcome FitzyBlitz to the show. Fitzy, how are you doing?
I'm doing splendid today. How are you?
I'm pretty good, I can't complain at all, and I'm glad you're feeling splendid. You're feeling nice and positive about this little wee podcast we're doing.
Oh, yes, I am.
Much enthusiasm, such wonder. No, I apologise, I'm putting you on the spot there, but no, it's absolutely great to have you on the show and to have you here in the community. I mean, you're new in the brony scene here as an artist. What made you decide to take the plunge and become a creator in the fandom?
Well, it's actually been a while since I've did anything with art related. It's been like forever ago. But when I joined the Brony community, it was like mid 2012, and I've never really got into the art style until like now. The only reason for it is because of a lot of great artists keep telling me that I should sit there and do animations, do some artwork with it, and that's what I've been trying to do for the past couple months now.
And so what was it about the art style that recently has kind of brought you in?
I like after I follow like a few people on Tumblr I won't mention. I don't want to put them in the spotlight yet. But they've been really great to me, and they've just been saying, hey, you need to go for it. Just don't sit there and like look at us. Do your own thing.
So you've been getting quite a lot of encouragement then from the community to actually take up the mantle and do your own stuff.
Yes.
And like you've not only been doing like art, just privately, you've recently begun streaming on Picarto, which is for those that don't know, Picarto is a streaming website for artists. And how have you found that experience?
I find it really amazing. Like a lot of people come in, it's like, hey, keep up the good work, and it's amazing. It really is. Like, I'm kind of happy that like a lot of people sit there and like follow you and keep your spirits high and don't like knock them down like everyone else in the real world where they think that art is nothing but a blank statement. But I'm glad that I met like everyone like Rolly and all them. They're amazing.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Ro and the others are fantastic, and like you said, the community are really good at kind of just celebrating what we do, and that's kind of what we do here in the show as well. We like to show off, all the great things people are doing. But how did you like when you did your first stream on Picarto? Was that by yourself, or were you part of like a multi-stream?
Oh no, like a buddy of mine sat there and told me about Picardo. I'm like, what is that? And he's like, well, it's like Twitch but with artists. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I'm gonna sit there and check it out. Then I sat there and stumbled on Maddie's stream, then Rolly's, and so on and so forth.
Actually, I tell you what, this actually kind of brings up a point because the fact that I mean, obviously, I was just struggling a bit there, but obviously, you're quite new to art, and you've been doing it in front of an audience, which I couldn't do it. I'm a writer, and I would find it quite hard to do it in front of an audience. How do you find yourself more or less productive than when you were to do art, say, privately?
I find it when somebody else watches you, it's actually more productive than like just sitting there in a background like full of white noise and doing nothing. It's it's just crazy how productive I become like working with an audience of like maybe up to 20 people like watching you and maybe someone else. It's great.
Well, definitely. I mean, do you think then that if you have an audience, you're kind of more inclined to actually do more art because you're being watched? There's that kind of audience participation element.
More or less, yeah.
I might have to try it myself then, because I've been meaning to write for months and I haven't done anything. So maybe if I put myself on a live stream, I'll be forced to actually write something for once. Midnight Scribe, so-called writer at midnight. I haven't done either of them in months, so I actually need to live up to my namesake at some point. So the art that you're doing, what programs do you use to make it?
Well, I bounce between the two. I bounce from Metabang, Paint Pro, and Paint Tool Sci.
Artist, if you're watching this, that'll make more sense to yourself than me, because I do not recognize those programs at all. This is the one thing I always find odd about interviewing people, particularly when it's from a creative element that I'm not familiar with, because obviously like you've got these particular programs, and an artist will go, "Oh, of course I know that program, and I had the previous version, and have you tried this thing?" To me, it's like you're speaking French.
Pretty much. um, I mean, I use different programs like those. Paint Tool Sai, I use it just to do like some inkings and meta bing just for like touch ups and whatnot. And there's another program I have not mentioned, which is Anime Studio, which is my animation software that I use.
Well, you were mentioning earlier on that you were being encouraged to do animations. I mean, and I think I remember reading on your Tumblr that you were doing animations with friends. Can you tell us a bit about that?
A buddy of mine, we are working on. Well, he wrote it. It's in FemFiction. I'll sit there and give the link to you guys so you guys can link it down below. It's called Hackers. It's amazing. Like, it takes place in modern day Equestria, where let me see, where Twilight Sparkle is sent by Celestia to find new friends in Manhattan, but by sheer luck or circumstances, Twilight winds up in one of DJ Pon 3's or Vinyl Scratch's underground dance clubs. They both get along very well when Vinyl Scratch notices Twilight's immense potential for learning and math. She reveals herself as a master hacker when she's not managing her nightclubs, and starts training Twilight in the art of hacking and sabotage.
Crikey, it sounds very cyberpunk.
It really is. Pretty much where where he got the ideas, not me. Where he got the ideas from is that by playing Watch Dogs, that's pretty much where the potential came from. So, like, when I sat there and heard Watch Dogs, I was, like, pretty amazed because I played the game myself, and doing something like a concept like that, I'm like, I messaged him like, hey, I want to sit there and I want my first animation to be your story, and that's when we sat there and talked like pretty much everything through.
Well, certainly a great thing to have inspiration from. I've been meaning to play Watch Dogs for ages, because I've got it on Wii U, and I've yet to actually put the disc in, so I need to actually get round to doing it. But I'll tell you what, I want to go back to My Little Pony for a wee bit, because obviously that's how we've all come together. We're part of this MLP community. So how did you become a fan of the show?
Oh, here we go. um, I was little. I know, like, this is a long time ago, like in the 90s. I had girl cousins, and every time I go over to their house, I was not allowed to watch anything else but Generation 2 MLP. Back then, it wasn't so bad. I mean, now it's like more cartoony, more bouncy, more pinky. I didn't become a true fan, like I said, until mid 2012. So I would like to thank my cousins for actually making me part of a fandom.
Well, definitely, you should call them out by name, let them know, tell them who they are.
I would like to thank my cousins Tara, Jen, Heather, and Brittany. Thank you, girls.
Name check them for that. That's absolutely fantastic. It's great to see more people bring Avers into the MLP community. And you mentioned earlier on kind of how you came into doing art for the fandom, but how long had you been aware of the fandom, being a part of it in the background before you did art?
For years. I didn't start watching the show until late, like the Generation 4. I didn't watch that until late, but I just like the whole, like everyone, all the content creators and all, they're amazing. Like with their YouTube videos, with their pony music videos, like everyone out there, they're amazing. You guys are awesome.
Are there any particular people out there that you like watching on a regular basis?
Fluffle Mixer. Oh well, there's a lot. I mean, there's Jan Animations, Flufflepuff. There's a couple more like Pinky Rose. She's amazing with her Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy voice. Vanna Melon, Yawn's actually pretty cool. There's more. I know there's more, but I just can't think on the top of my head right now.
Oh, don't worry about it. I remember last season I asked the same question to Cordy, who was on the show, and not only did I force him to do the exact same thing as you did, I forced him to do it while singing with his ukulele. That was he actually did really well. I can't actually criticize him. He did, because the fact I threw it on to him, he actually did amazingly well. But
well, I don't have a ukulele, so you're out of luck.
I know. Do you play any instruments?
Do I play any instruments?
Do you see where this is going?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I still have my recorder since I was in elementary, but if I could still play it, probably not.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll tell you what, we'll save our ears on the recorder for the moment. But I tell you what, because you were talking there about people you like watching. I mean, are there particular people you'd like to multi-stream with in the future? You know, if things were to work out, like Flufflepath.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to actually work next to Flufflepuff. I mean, there's a lot of people that I would actually like to work with. Like, for an example, Alamonte, No Whacking, especially No Whacking. Just her voice for vinyl is amazing. I would love to work right next to her.
I'll tell you what, going back to MLP for a second, could you tell us what your favorite pony is, or perhaps what your favorite episode of the show is?
Okay, if we're gonna talk about favorite ponies, what are we talking about? Backgrounds, main six.
Oh, whatever you like. This is
Oh,
your time
geez.
to shine.
If I had to choose between the main six, I would definitely go with Fluttershy. I would definitely have to go with Fluttershy. The reason why, because I was actually, like, growing up, I was actually the shy kid, like, throughout school, throughout work, like, everywhere. If I would have to go with the background pony, I would probably have to go with Lyra and Octavia. Top, top two.
So would your favorite episode then be one that features them in particular?
I think so far my favorite has to be episode 100, Hooves Down. But other than that, the new episode, I don't want to like spoil it for anyone.
No, please don't spoil it. I've yet to actually catch up. I'm still working my way through. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But I tell you what, a fair few people have said that the 100th episode is quite a popular one. Like, why do you think that is?
It's the only reason why episode 100 is so popular because it featured all the background and foreground ponies, and plus it gave more exceptions to other people to give them like more an idea of what's going on with the background ponies.
That's fair enough. I suppose the simplest reason is usually the best one. And I tell you what, another question I wanted to ask was that I noticed on your DeviantArt that your favourite gaming platform is the Xbox. Now, is that the original Xbox, or are we talking one of the newer ones?
I've liked so many consoles, but just right now, I just like the 360. I just love the whole concept of it. I mean, we can talk about this forever, but I don't want to sit here and like lose your focus on the podcast.
Oh no, don't worry. I always talk about video games on the podcast whenever I get an opportunity because I'm a big video game collector myself. So I love talking about video games and I like seeing what people enjoy and what they like and all the rest of it because it has a competitive element, I suppose, and I like to see if there's someone else that can beat me. But you mentioned you had other consoles there. Like, what other systems do you play?
Like right now, I just play the 360, and if I feel like I want to play something else, I'll go on my PC and play maybe like some Minecraft or something.
Fair enough, fair enough. I've only played a wee bit of Minecraft. I've yet to kind of delve into it that much because I haven't found that hook for me, the thing that's made me go, yes, now I'm going to get addicted to it like everyone else has. Why do you enjoy it?
Well, Minecraft?
Yeah, sure.
Well, only reason why I enjoy Minecraft because it just like brings back memories of playing with Legos. That's probably the only reason why I play it. And plus, I can also like get my imagination flowing and stuff, and just like recreate something that I always wanted to create when I didn't have enough Legos.
So you've always had a bit of an artist side to you then, eh?
Yeah.
So in terms of the art that you do, what do you reckon inspires you? I mean, obviously you do art relating to the show and so on, but like, are there particular artists that inspire you?
Van Gogh. I've always loved Van Gogh art. I love his artwork. I didn't study it, but I just always like look at his paintings for inspiration.
Well, he is a classic artist. I mean, no doubt there. I mean, it's. I remember studying a bit of Van Gogh back when I think it was in primary school. Actually, did I do any in secondary? I can't remember. I mean, great artist, but I had to convey my ignorance now is that I cannot actually name a single piece off the top of my head. Great. I'm going to have to hand back my degree. So, in terms of it, I mean, obviously you've been on the scene for a couple of months now, but where do you see yourself going?
Well, I know in a few years I want to start and actually like I just right now I just want to practice getting back into like doing artwork like I did in middle school. I just want to just in a few years I don't want to be like the person to inspire many people, I'm just like trying to inspire myself so other people can feel inspired.
Listen, totally with you. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to inspire. I mean, if you just keep building up on what you're doing, before you know it, you'll be there. I mean, it's, we've had other artists on, we've had like James Quirk on, Rolicious, Kick, and we hear about how they've built up from, rags to riches in their own little way. So it's just, you'll get there, no doubt there, for sure, Fitzy. And that's not just me building up your ego, because mine's big as well. That's the secondary reason, but but no, seriously, I'm looking forward to seeing where you go with this, and hopefully we'll have you on at some point in the future as well once you've exceeded your own expectations.
Yeah, sure.
But I tell you what, we're going to wrap up there for just now. Well, thank you for coming on, Fitzy. I hope this is all right. I hope you've enjoyed yourself along with all my derps.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, don't mention it. It's no problem at all. Before we wrap up, usual question I always ask is, where can we find you on the web?
Oh, you can actually go to my Tumblr page at FitzyBlitz.tumblr.com. You can actually see all my posts of all my website on top of my Tumblr post. So, if you guys ever want to sit there and find me or what kind of music I listen to, everything's on top. And if you just scroll down, you see like most of my artwork and reblogs.
Alrighty, well, what we'll do there is we'll put all those links into the description below so you'll be able to go and see what Fitzy's doing and cheer him on, and keep an eye on him in his live streams as well, because we need to build up your audience there slowly but surely. But I tell you what, we shall wrap up the show there. My thanks to Fitzy for coming on the show. My thanks to you guys for watching, as always. Now, if you want to get in contact with us, of course, you can find us on Facebook at Highland Bronies, and you can also find us on YouTube at Highland Bronies, where you're watching this video right now. And of course, we're on Tumblr as well if you want to catch us there. And of course, our email's about as well. So if you want to, if you've got any nice fan mail you want to send our way, suggestions for improvements, if you're a content creator yourself, if you're an artist, musician, blogger, talk show host, cosplayer, whatever, if you're part of the MLP community and you've got a creative edge, get in contact. Who knows? You might even make it on the show. You never know. That's all for tonight. Thank you to everyone for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. And of course, the final word from Midnight Scribe is, as always, please subscribe.